Welcome to the Esoteric Cat Tarot. My name is Eve, and I've been reading cards for more than 40 years, so I do things a little differently. Right now, what I am doing is what I call cooking the cards. I am shuffling the cards, putting my energy into the cards. While I do this, I ask that you do the same. I want you to concentrate on the cards and put your energy, your intentions, your questions, your thoughts into these cards as you see them being shuffled. Um, so once I feel that they are cooked, then the reading will happen. Or in that case, a card will come out. um, see if we got another one that needs to come out. This one? One more? Hmm. Looks like that you've made some choices in your recent life that are working out. You are setting some goals. You have been discovering your magic and working on it, working on your life, working on reaching goals, and your goals are happening. You're reaching some of these goals, and emotionally, you are doing amazing. Okay, I know that some people have been through a tough emotional time lately, because there has been a lot going on, especially for those of us that are empaths. The world is really crazy right now. The astrology is out of whack. Everything is just kind of really off kilter lately. But it looks like you have been working and persevering, setting these goals, making your choices, working really hard. You've been working really hard on these goals, and it's going to work out for you, okay? The goals are going to work out for you. And emotionally, things are going to be much better for you. Let's um let's clarify a little bit. Oh, well, oh, definitely yes. Okay. Okay. These goals have not only just been emotional goals and goals, these have also been magical and spiritual goals, okay, that you have been set for yourself. So you have been working hard to try to reach the goals, and you are getting there. You are making progress on these, and these are the right goals, okay? These are the right goals, and you're accepting it emotionally, and you are coming into a great spiritual awareness of yourself, a great spiritual awakening. You are discovering your own magic, okay? You're discovering your own magic. You have been able to reconcile the past through your shadow work. You have been able to forgive and accept the apologies that you never received. You've been able to move forward and to find the magic within yourself so that you are on that process. You are on the way to that higher vibration. You are coming into your magic. You are transforming and metamorphosizing into your magic, okay? Into your true, powerful magic, into your higher vibration. You are connecting with spirit and you are vibrating higher. That is why emotionally you are becoming stronger. You're becoming more powerful in your emotions. You're not feeling so overwhelmed by your emotions anymore because you are learning and practicing your magic. And by magic, I don't necessarily mean like spells, and we all have magic. Or like in Native American cultures, they call it medicine. Okay, medicine. We have medicine. And, just going out in nature is considered medicine. Talking to a tree is considered medicine. And so that's what I mean when I say magic. You're coming into your magic. You are learning your own power, whether it is being able to speak up for yourself, being able to not be so overwhelmed emotionally by other people's emotions, which a lot of us that are empaths do that. We get very overwhelmed with the world and all the emotions coming at us. You are learning how not to let that happen. You are becoming stronger in your magic. You are learning to vibrate at that higher level. You are learning that chasing the dollar is not where it's at. You're learning that there is more in this world than just physical possessions. You are learning that spiritual connections are more important than physical possessions. Okay, and so you are becoming part of that higher vibration. You are learning these things, and they are benefiting you, and you're seeing the benefits. Okay, you are seeing this benefit, and the more that you keep doing what you're doing, the more that you show your gratitude and you count your blessings every day and you see that they are multiplying, and the more that you realize that you are part of spirit, and we are all part of spirit, and spirit loves you. If spirit did not love you, you would not exist. You are part of spirit. And when you realize that, you really understand, and you start vibrating at that higher level, which is what this entire world needs. This world needs us all to vibrate in love and joy instead of in anger and divisiveness. We really need a lot of love and joy right now. And you are doing that. You are trying to not be overwhelmed by what you see going on. You may be disconnecting from social media, not spending as much time on social media as you used to be. You may be disconnecting yourself from all the political discord that's going on. You may be no longer watching the daily news cycle because it's just too much, and that's okay. It's okay to step back from all of that because so much of it is just noise. It's just noise, right? Different day, same shit, different day. It's what it seems like. It's just so much noise, and it's just made. And I'm not just talking about politics, news. I'm talking about the whole social media thing. All of the. It's like everything is on this hyped level because it's like, oh my gosh, it's got to go viral. It's got to go. You know what I'm saying? And so everything is like at this level that is like the most important thing ever. And it gets very overwhelming to the nervous system when everything is an emergency or everything is, a deadline. Everything is life or death. And you are realizing that it's not. All of this hype, all of this, oh my gosh, the world is ending. Oh my gosh, we don't have enough money. All of these just things that are coming at you. You're learning that it's not all true, that it's made to just like keep you in that um, on edge, emergency, deadline kind of panicky frame of mind. You realize that that's what it's trying to do, and that doesn't help you or the world. You can't be in this panicky frame of mind and have this panicky energy around you, and because that energy just goes back out into the world, right? If you're receiving this stuff and you're panicking, and then your panic energy is just going out, and it's just a cycle: panic, 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 panic. And what you are realizing is you have to break that cycle. You can't feed into that cycle, that it is not all an emergency. It is not all a deadline. It is not all the world is ending. It is not all, I've got to watch this right now. It is not all fear of missing out. It is not all of this stuff. What it is that we need to break the cycle. And you are doing that. You have been working on doing that. You are realizing that we are breaking the cycle by putting out joy and love, right? We are meeting panic with joy and love and calmness and support and this higher vibration. And so it is helping things. Think about it. If someone comes up to you and they're just in a panic and they're like, oh my gosh, I locked my keys in my car. Oh, and they're just panicking. And if you just stand there with them and you're like, oh my gosh, you locked your keys in your car and you're both panicking, what happens? Nothing. Nothing. You just both sit there screaming about, oh my gosh, I locked the keys in the car. But if that person comes to you and they say, oh my gosh, I locked my keys in the car, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you're like, oh, it's okay. Here, I will call a locksmith for you. Let's figure this out. And you are calm. You meet their panic with calm. The whole situation gets calm, right? The person who is panicking gets calm. And the whole situation comes out better. And you can focus on fixing the problem. So that's what you have been doing with this. That is what this collective that has been here, that is being called by these messages, we are doing. We have been letting go of that old way of thinking, that old just panic mode, right? And we are working really hard to improve our magic and to bring that higher level of vibration, right? We are working on making our emotions loving and healing instead of panicky and angry. And this is leading us to higher vibration. This is leading us to spiritual awakenings. This is leading us to a metamorphosis where we learn the true power of our magic. That is what is happening for this collective. It's really important for the earth, okay? It's really important for the world. The more of us that can stop being in panic and be calm in the situation and put that loving, healing, joyful energy out there, the more people will become calm and be able to see the truth and to see that we are all part of spirit, and that if we all come together and unite as part of spirit and can put this positive, joyful, loving energy out there and vibrate at a higher level, the universe itself will be at a higher level. Everyone, instead of being in a panic, will be more loving and more joyful and more quiet and still. Not quiet like be quiet, don't speak your mind, but quiet like enjoying the peace. Like when you go sit outside and you just are quiet and you watch the clouds float by. And that is a joyful moment of being in the moment. More people can experience that. More people can, if we are sending out love and healing and joy, and we are concentrating on that, and we are healing ourselves, and we are finding more joy in ourselves and love for ourselves and for everyone else, because everyone is part of spirit, then we will truly heal the world. You're not going to let bad things happen to people you love. And you're not going to be feeding the panic. You're going to try to find solutions, and you're going to try to help people heal. And that's what this collective is doing. This collective is working on that. And some of you may still be doing more shadow work, okay? Because shadow work is an ongoing thing. And it keeps coming back, even if you think everything is wonderful and joyful. A dark cloud can creep in, right? You're out there watching the beautiful sky and watching the white fluffy clouds float by in this blue sky, and then a dark cloud comes in. It doesn't stay there forever. It floats away eventually, right? It might bring some rain and wash away and clean the earth, but it eventually floats away. So that's another part of realizing in your healing journey is that you do the shadow work, but you don't do all the shadow work yesterday and then it's gone and it never comes back. Doesn't happen. What the shadow work does is you becoming aware of it. Like you becoming aware because you're doing this work, you're coming into your magic, you are becoming aware, oh, that thought is old panic mode thinking. That thought is the old way I used to handle things. That is not how I handle things now. And that is true healing, is when you realize it's not that you have like hugged your inner child or, any of this kind of stuff that people are like saying or whatever you see on the internet or whatever. It is when you change your mindset and when you really realize that life is abundant and life is joy and that you are loved and that everyone should be loved. And that is what true healing and true shadow work is. Shadow work is coming to that awareness. And so that is what is happening. You're coming to that awareness, even though shadow work is a continuous thing your whole life, okay? Because things creep up, things come, our minds, okay? We have these little voices in our head that they're not spirit. They are old programming from the way you were raised, the way you were treated, what you've watched on TV, all of this stuff. And it runs through your head, and it's usually the negative stuff. And healing, you realize this. You're like, oh, that is this and not true. Okay, like I have PTSD. I've struggled with it for years and years. Because of it, I have anxiety and depression. As part of my healing journey, as part of my shadow work, I have learned to recognize what is anxiety speaking and what is really intuition. And it has been a huge process, okay? A huge process. Because when anxiety kicks in, you start feeling those feelings, right? But I don't let it go that far anymore most times. Through my shadow work and my healing journey, I've learned, oh, that's anxiety telling me that. That's not true. That's not the real thing, you know. And so by acknowledging that's the anxiety talking, that is not me, that is not spirit, then I can move on and I can be like, okay, this is anxiety. I am not going to feed into that panic. I'm going to meet this with the vibration of love and joy, and I'm going to understand this is the anxiety. Because of what has happened, my anxiety mind is trying to protect me, but I don't need that protection because this situation is not bad like my anxiety is trying to tell me. Okay, so that is like an example of what it means to come through healing of your shadow work. I'm going to deal with anxiety probably all of my life, but by being able to recognize what is anxiety, I can deal with it in a good way and not let it take me into panic mode. I can deal with it with love and joy and not panic. I can keep my vibration high. Okay, that's just like all of us that are empaths. Okay, we can be these sponges and we soak up everybody's stuff, and it can get very overwhelming. And so, part of your shadow work and part of learning your magic and honing your skills, your magical skills, and being able to use everything, all parts of you, this lets you be able to take in without letting it take over other people's emotions. That's something that you learn through your skills, is being able to be an empath but not let it take over and hijack your emotions. Don't let someone's panic or anger become your panic or anger. Meet their panic and anger with love and joy and light and healing. And that makes the world a better place. Okay. And this is what you're doing. This is what this collective is doing. This collective is learning these skills. This collective has been doing the shadow work. And this collective is going through that metamorphosis. Okay? You are becoming that butterfly. Some of y'all are in different stages of becoming a butterfly, right? Some of y'all may be in the larva stage where you're just now taking those baby steps. You just come out of the egg and you're just now taking those baby steps. And then some of you, and you're the caterpillar, you're the larva, you're the caterpillar, you're just walking around eating things. You're walking around taking all the information that you can, right? You're trying to learn everything from everywhere and you're trying to, figure it all out. You're the caterpillar. And then you go into the chrysalis because after you have consumed everything you need to consume, you have to have that time to process, right? So you go into the chrysalis, into the cocoon, and you spend that time there and you process those things. And you decide what's right for you and what's not right for you. And you have a dark night of the soul and you go through all of these things. You go through joy and all of the emotions, joy, sadness, anger. You just do it all in this chrysalis. You're processing it all. And you're learning your skills. You're honing your skills. You're understanding all of your magic. You're understanding spirit. You're understanding the purpose of why we are on this earth plane. And then once you have done all of that, then you are coming out. You come out, right? The chrysalis, the cocoon opens up and the butterfly starts coming out, right? And so it steps out, but it's not beautiful yet, right? It's wet. It's got to sit there on the branch. It's got to look around. It's got to see how everything that it learnt as a caterpillar and consumed, everything that it processed as a chrysalis, it has to learn that all of that, what you do now in the world with that, right? So the butterfly is sitting on the branch and it is drying because its wings have to dry. It has to dry before those wings can unfurl and it can soar. So once you have went through the caterpillar stage and you've consumed everything, all the knowledge, everything you want to know, good, bad, life, everything. And then you went into the chrysalis and you've done shadow work and you've had your dark night of the soul and you've processed all of your stuff and you've figured out what it is you want to do with your life and you've understood that you are part of spirit, okay, and that you do want things to vibrate on a higher level and you are ready for that, then you come out of that and you sit on that branch and the beautiful sun shines down on you and your beautiful butterfly wings so that they can dry. And once you sit there and you figure out what gift you can give to the world, how everything you have been through and everything you have learned has come to this place of what gift can you give to the world? What is your sole purpose of being on this earth plane? The sun comes down, dries those wings, and you unfurl into that spiritual awakening and into that understanding that you are beautiful. Those wings expand and you fly because you know you are beautiful. Even if you can't see your beauty, you know that you are because you are part of spirit. You're part of spirit. You know you have a purpose. You know what that purpose is. And you know that your purpose is to bring happiness, joy, and love into this world. That is what is happening. That's what is happening. So this is good. And I'm very glad to see that this is happening in this collective because we need more of this. We need more joy and happiness, and we all need to vibrate at a higher level so that we are not feeding the panic machine. That's what we need to do. Yeah. So let's get the oracle card here. There it is, y'all. There's the oracle card. Metamorphosis. Sums up everything I just said. Everything. Now let's go to this oracle because I love this one. And let's see what it says. Standing Stones passage. Look at that. That is like at Stonehenge or one of the Neolithic sites, right? With see the Milky Way, the galaxy. It's the passage. You're going through the passage. Sorry. Metamorphosis through the passage. These are perfect. These just sum up this reading perfectly, right? You go through the passage. You're going through the passage, the magical passage. You know, passages, doorways. They're doorways. They represent between different worlds, right? They represent like you are coming from darkness into light. You are seeing all of the magic in the sky. You have on this powerful red dress, you know, and this card is 44 changes, passages. Standing Stones passage. You're going through the passage. The clouds are parting. You're seeing the magic. You're seeing the power of the red dress. You're seeing the power that you have to change things in this world because you have went through this metamorphosis, right? You have been the caterpillar. You've turned into the chrysalis, the cocoon. You are out now. You are out on that branch, drying in the sunlight. You are drying in the sunlight. The sun is shining on you. You're drying in that sunlight. And once you fly, once those wings dry and you fly away, you will be at the height of your vibration. You will be magical. And you will know that you are part of spirit, that spirit loves you. The reason you are on this earth is to bring joy and love and to help this earth vibrate at a higher frequency. Yeah, this is good, y'all. All right, hope this spoke to you. If it did, you're in the right place. So I want you to hit the subscribe button so you can become part of this community if you haven't already subscribed. That way you will know when all of my readings happen. Every Thursday, I post a long form reading like this. I also post other readings and spiritual essays and things like that throughout the week. But make sure that you like this if it resonated with you. Drop me a butterfly in the comments, okay? If you feel that you are going through this process, drop me a butterfly in the comments and let me know that you are a butterfly and you're going through this metamorphosis and you are vibrating on that higher level of love and joy, okay? So also share this. Share this out to somebody. It lets other people discover the channel and receive the messages that they need to receive from Spirit. So that's been this reading for today. I will see you next week, if not sooner. Love your faces. Kisses.